Are back, finally. I know it seems like it's been a while because it has been a while. When was our last live stream? Friday?
Think so.
Or was it Saturday? No, I think it was Friday.
Friday.
It was Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah. So, my son and wife were off seeing her mother in Nebraska, and I stayed here. I had a lot of stuff to get caught up on. That's what I did. Is I spent most of my time out in the yard, working in the yard. So a little tired from that this week. They just got back 2 days ago, day ago. I don't know, something like that. So we are here today. We've got we're doing our thing today, this afternoon, the food pantry. We go hand out food. I'm trying to think of what we were doing today.
Yeah. Then maybe shopping. I think that's about it.
No, that's tomorrow after we get done with
We
everything.
did go.
Yeah. So yeah, tomorrow we're heading down to Hobbytown. We're going down Hobby Lobby and Hobbytown. I'm gonna go see if I can find something that'll make good trees. I'm ready to go up on this shelf level up here.
Okay, give me a sec. Isaac says hi. He got a lock sound V5 in this thing.
Oh, cool.
In his
Okay.
Berkshire.
Okay.
Ryan says hi.
Oh,
There's
something wrong with your laptop?
no door downstairs.
Oh, okay.
He's done it. He's really loud.
Okay. You gonna go take a look? Probably the post office, since I called about it, since we haven't gotten mail in 5 days. Why don't you just go down and take care of it, and I'll talk here until we get going. Okay, so, what we're doing today, I don't know if it's in the title or not, because I didn't decide what we were gonna do today until just a little bit ago. We are working on, you remember last week I did those cars with Ryan that came over? Well, I'm gonna finish up the two today, the extra two today. Now, I've already got the numbers changed, because I told you last week I was gonna change numbers, because every car has the same number on it, it's a stupid number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I changed a 5 on one, and I changed a 6 on the other to zeros. It came out pretty good. I just did a little bit of touch-up paint, because I made a little loop and touched up the middle, and the yellow matched perfectly. So they're in the middle of drying right now. It'll only take a few more minutes for them to finish drying. And then we're going to weather those today. I'm going to get them to match the other car. I don't know the previous owner on these. I'm not the first owner on these cars. He glued the pins in for the trucks, which was brilliant. So when I was taking them off of there, because I have to get them off there so I can weather underneath, and naturally the pins broke off, so I'll have to later drill those holes out. I'll make them a little smaller than the screw I'm going to use, but I'm actually going to use the screw to put the trucks back in. So, but I'll get everything done today. We'll get it zoomed in, so you guys, we're going to zoom right in on my work area. I mean, really in tight, so you guys will be able to see what I'm doing there. And I'll talk about just like I did with Ryan. I've done some other weathering ones before, but I don't think I've done a coal car like this. So we will we'll get that rolling here in a sec. As soon as Gabe gets back up here. I'm assuming it's the mail is what it was, because we, like I said, we have not gotten mail in between 5 and 7 days. We are our regular drivers on vacation. And when that happens, we don't get mail for some reason. I don't know why. Everybody here in our neighborhood does not have mailboxes out on the street. They are usually on their homes. Our neighbor next door has her mailbox right by her front door, but her house is round, so you got to go around the corner to get to it. Ours is on the side on the driveway. So is that what that was?
No, it was.
Oh, solicitors. For what?
Need to get that sign.
Well, I asked Mom to print the no soliciting sign like 2 weeks ago, and she said she would. And then I said we'd take care of it, and she said she would, so it hasn't happened yet. So we'll get this no soliciting sign, we'll get it put up.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. Isaac says, let him know. He put a sound demo up. Isaac did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I saw it loaded up. All right, so you want to move this over, because I'm ready to go.
Yeah, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go, because the numbers I painted will be dry by now. So
Did you see Ryan says I broke one for you? Sorry, Lance.
broke one.
Maybe they were selling no soliciting signs.
Oh. Yeah, we've been getting a lot lately. Ever since my son answered the door one day to him and gave them info. We have had solicitors coming by ever since then.
I don't think that's
Yeah, that was it.
part of it.
They,
though.
they when they get it to where they can get information, they spread that stuff. They sell it
Yeah.
among the different companies. So, yes, you are to blame for this, for all of these people's coming. So we're going to get a sign up on there that says no soliciting, and then we're just not going to answer the door if they come knocking. So, right now we kind of have, well, we don't have to answer, but we do answer. So we'll see. Now, are you going to be able to see the questions in there on yours?
Nope.
Okay. And now, do you have it zoomed right? I want it zoomed right down here.
Take a look on your stream.
I haven't even gotten it open yet. It just says upcoming.
Oh, just refresh.
Let's see here. Nope, it's there.
Mine says it's all Gabe's fault. Ha ha ha.
Yep.
Yep.
It is. No, I need it in a little further.
Even more?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I want it.
Like,
I want it to where you have it right here, pretty much. Okay, now take it towards me. Yeah, that's good right there.
right there?
Right there, perfect.
Okay.
Because they should be able to see that fairly well. We may want to go, because look how small that car looks.
Yeah.
So
There we go.
Maybe
A little further zoomed in.
I'm thinking so. Yeah, just a little bit more. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yep.
All right, you keep an eye on it and tell me if I go out of frame. I'm kind of looking to see where I am, but just tell me if I go out of frame with it. Let me get another paper towel here. I'm gonna put that right here. Make sure if I have the paper towel set up right where I need it, I'll look on the screen here. I'll know where to stay. Let's see here. I'm gonna go up just a little bit right there. Let's see if that does it. Yes. Back it up just a little bit right to here. There we go. Okay, that should be it. I know exactly where to work at now. All right. So okay. So I've gone in here, and I changed. Like I said, I changed one of the numbers to a 0 on both sides. It's not perfect, but by the time I get the weathering on, you're not going to be able to tell anyway. And I did a 0. I did the 5 on here a 0 on both sides, and I did the 6 on here a 0 on both sides. So now I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 6. So that should work fine. All right, so we are going to start with the white. White. There we go. We'll just use this. All right, I'm going to back this up, so I've got this back here.
Oh, Canadian Locomotive Logistics says hi.
Hey! Okay, let me get myself tucked into place here. So what we're going for is this same look that we have right here on this car that I did with Ryan last week. I'm probably going to make one a little darker, a little heavier, and maybe one a little lighter, so I've got a mix. I never like having them all look exactly the same. So we'll see what we can get here. So first thing we do is to get the white. So I'm just shaking up the white, shaking up the white, shaking up the white. Like I said, the rest of those trucks, almost all of them broke off because they were glued in. So I'll just tap those holes later and put screws in. So, all right, let's get some white into this. Put that there. Okay, let's see, I'll go with this brush today. I'll show you what I'm going to do here after. Well, I'll just mix it here. So what I want on this white paint, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, it's right here, is we're going to get that really thinned down to ink consistency. I've got a nice long brush here, so I'll try to keep my hand out of the way while I'm doing this. But it might occasionally, and I apologize for that, there's not a whole lot we can do. We just don't have a freestanding tripod right now, so we're just gonna have to take it. We have to take advantage of where we can set it up on the layout, aiming down. But eventually, we'll get a tripod where I can just set it right next to the table and shoot down, or clamp it to the bench work right above me. We'll figure it out. Okay, that's pretty thin. That's good. Okay. Yeah. Yep, that'll be good. All right, so here we go. So I've got this here. I'm going to get, I always keep a paper towel right next to me. I think this is the one will work. And this is what I dab my brush off on. So that'll be just right here to the side of where I'm working. Get all these brushes out of the way. There we go. Now we're organized. I thought I was so organized this morning. I had all my cups with my water in them, and I was all ready to go because I've got 4 cups here with water for the different colors. Thought I was all set, and lo and behold, I'm not. Okay, so I generally work. I start off working like this because I'm going to start on the inside of the car. So I'll get some paint on here. I'm going to get this dried off, get all the water out of it.
Canadian asks, how goes the day? Anyone going to the NMRA convention?
No, NMRA is a little far from us. For us, I know that we definitely have some viewers I know are close to it. But day's going good. Hope yours is too. So what I'm doing now is I'm just putting a coat of this wet ink consistency paint inside the car. And I'm going to come in here and we're just going to draw it off with a dry brush. I need to get my other one. I need to get one that's a little wider. That one's just not quite wide enough. Not for working fast anyway. You kind of want to work fast with this to get it the way it needs to go. So what I'm doing is I'm just drawing the ink up out of the bottom where it's settled, straight up perpendicular to the bottom. You're probably not going to see a whole lot of it right now, but there is white inside there completely at this point. Now I'll flip it around. I'll get a little bit of the ink, the paint that's not quite as thin. And again, that's what it looks like on the inside right now. Get it all dabbed up. Since that one side is fairly light, the other side, I think I'll make this my lighter one, and the next one will be the heavier one. Let's see, that compares. That's pretty good. I'm just dabbing the extra paint off. Hey Ryan, I saw your I've seen some of your videos about the big boy. Looks like you guys had a great time down there. Nice videos. Now I'm just getting the end right here. If you get it back up on the sides, you just dab it off real quick. You try not to get it up there, but that's all right. Sometimes it just does because of the width of the brush or whatever. There we go. Well, this one's come out nice and light. This will be a nice.
Ryan says we had a great time, yes.
Excellent.
And thank you, they don't do it justice.
Yeah. It looked nice. Those videos look good. I know we were talking. I think that was the first time you saw an articulated work. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that's what you'd said. You hadn't seen a big articulated like that. Okay, so now you can see it's pretty well lightened up inside. So now I just want to get down in the bays themselves. I'm just gonna get it kind of wet down in there.
Ryan says we were closer than the typical 25 feet since they had a fence we were posted by.
Oh, cool.
He says, correct, that's first for me.
Excellent. Well, what a great first.
Yeah.
All right, so all I'm doing is dabbing out the white I put down inside each of the bays. And again, if you get any on the side, you just come in and I got a little bit right there, so I'm just coming in and I'm wiping that off, making sure I got none on that side. Nope, that side looks good. All right, so there's the interior. We'll let that dry for a couple seconds. While it's doing that, I'm going to do the heavier one, this guy. I'm going to just get kind of a little bit of a conveyor going on these things. Now, these cars have got a really heavy seal coat on them. So it makes it hard for the initial coat of paint to get on here, but once it's on, everything else you have will work off of that. Like I said, I'm going to make this one a little heavier. Well, not a little heavier, it's going to be a lot heavier because this is going to be the darkest. This will be the most weathered one we have of the bunch. Again, I'm just pulling straight up out of the bottom. Get it as perpendicular as you can. Try not to get any wavy lines. They do happen. I get them in mine from time to time, but if you can just kind of work it to where you don't have too many, all the better. Good. Now that's there's a little more in there than the other one we just did. The other one's very light comparison to this. Am I still right in the focal range, Gabe? Still sitting there okay?
Yep.
Good.
Because you're on the left edge of the screen, I may rotate it just a little bit. That direction. Otherwise, that's weird, because you're in it here.
Am I up there?
Yeah, you're in it there, but on my screen you're not.
Oh. Yeah, I look like
There,
I'm okay on this one.
there you go. That's better.
Okay.
Is that a more natural position where you're working at?
Yeah, it is. Because I don't like stretching far to get to the stuff, because I'm just, constantly working with the brush, so the closer it is to me, the better.
Yeah.
Okay. That side's done, so now I'll just get down the bays like I did the other. Give you the ends. What's that?
Ryan says you're doing such a good job, Gabe, he's going to forget about selling your info to the solicitors.
Yeah. That's okay. When I answer it nowadays, I just look at it and say, no, thank you, and I just close the door. So.
Yeah, that's, in the span of like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do.
Yep.
Not interested.
I would just put that sign up and that's that. Yeah. And if they do, I'll look at them and then I'll point at the sign and I'll say, see the sign? Don't bother us.
Just right there on the glass. Stick it.
Yeah, or on the screen door itself.
Yeah.
On the inside of the mesh.
Yeah.
I want them to be able to see it fully.
We could do, that T shape that we got out of the wood. Just put it on the opposite side of that.
Yeah. Okay, so that one's nice and heavier. We're gonna let that one dry now. As I thought, this one is now all dry on the interior, so I can now start to work on the sides. Knowing that this is the lighter one, I'm definitely gonna go lighter on the outside. All right, so here we go.
Wow. Ryan says I grew up a Jehovah's Witness and would knock on doors all the time. Talk about cringe when I think about it now. Haha.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Oh yeah, just like I thought, that covered up the irregularities of the number that I did, so. And I knew it probably would. Nice and light versus the other one. There we go. It's got some nice streaks that come up into it. Dab that off the bottom. Yep, perfect. That's exactly what I want to do on the other side. So they match nice and light, so we spin it around. Grab some more paint. I'm going to get started on my cryogenic cars. So we're probably going to do, after I do putting the trees in up here on this upper ledge this weekend, we do a live stream on that. Next live stream, I'm probably going to start working on the cryo cars. Weathering those and then starting to do the hand painted graffiti. Cryo cars are probably one of my favorites of all the cars. That and those big 60-foot GATX ones, the high cubes. I would say those are probably, so I'm going to try to make a couple of unit trains with those cars. I think I've already got 2 cars of the cryos done. I've shown them before. I'm going to try to get, what happened up here? I've got another over here in boxes. I think I've got about another 8. I've probably got about 14 of them total. So what I want to do is get about, I'm hoping about 20 of them. They're just hard to find because they're old Walthers cards. There. I mean, you can get the new ones, but I'm not going to pay $35, $40 a car. I find them at the shows all the time for, generally 15, half the price or less. So I will go that route. So it takes me a little while to find them. It'll take me a little while to find them. All right, so I'm getting the ends done. There we go. All right, I'll get the bottoms here in a minute after those sides have dried. Let's see, that side came out nice. That one's a little lighter actually on that side, so maybe I'll try to come in here real quick and pull some of this off. Which, that's the great part about the acrylic, is you can just come in here, whoops, a little too much there. Take a little too much off, put a little bit back on, work it back and forth. There we go. That's looking good. Because this is supposed to be my lightest one of all, so I gotta make sure I get there. Oh, that's better. See that? Press the other side. There we go. Yeah. Take a look at that. Look at that. There we are. Okay. So good. So that one's done. So now I gotta do the darker one while I'm waiting. I still gotta do all the bottom right here while I'm waiting for these ends to dry so I can handle it. I will go ahead and get these sides done. Make sure there's none down in these bays anymore that might run back up the sides. Looks like it's okay though. So this one we're definitely going to leave it pretty well whited out. Whited out. I don't know how good that grammar is, but okay. So here we go. And you can see it pooling and it like bubbles. That's the finish that's on the car that they use to finish the car with, the final coat, their semi-gloss or whatever they put on there at the factory. So, like I said, first coat, you got to get past that. And once you've gone past that and you get this acrylic on here, it'll give you your base for all of your weathering. So now I'm just going to do a light pull off on this because I want this side mostly white. See in the name Milwaukee here, that's where my wife and son flew out of. I gotta say, I've been to that airport a number of times. It's one of the nicest airports. It's so easy to get in and out of. I've been into quite a few around the country, and that one by far, I have to say, not one of the most modern that there is, but boy, it is so easy. The parking is a snap. It's cheap parking. Access right into the terminal. The terminal itself is very simple. I was shocked. I hadn't been in it in a while, and used to have some really great restaurants in there. Now it's all alcohol. That was kind of a shock.
Ryan says Mitchell is great.
It is. They got the coolest bookstore there, used bookstore there. You would never think of a used bookstore in there. They've got some fantastic vintage books there. I mean, some rare stuff. It's really just a cool place to go in and look around. Kind of took a little too much off the side there, so I'm just coming back here. There we go.
Ryan says MSN is pretty great for the same reason too, in and out.
Good. I guess that's Minneapolis. Is that Minneapolis? MSN?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dane County Regional Airport.
Oh, Dane County. Okay.
Yeah,
That's Madison.
Madison.
Madison, yeah.
Airport.
Okay, so this car's done. The ends are dried, everything's good. So now all I got left to do is do the bottom white.
Isaac says, also, if you watch that sound demo video later on, you'll see some rail cars that I re-weathered again.
Oh, cool. We'll have to give them a look. All right. So we've got everything pretty well on the bottom here. So I'll just dry this off and just boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. More great sound effects. Okay. Some bay is a little lighter and a little dirtier than others. It's natural. All right. Came out all right. Good sides. Perfect. I got this one just about ready to go for the rust. I'll leave that upside down while that dries. Don't have anything in here that can run. Nope. All right. So I put out just the right amount of white. I was wondering about that. I always try to put out just enough. Whoops, I forgot to do the ends. Well, I'll do the bottom first and I'll come back and do the ends. Doesn't matter either way on this.
Isaac says, if you do check it out, leave a comment if you like to let me know what you think. I always enjoy the feedback.
You betcha. I've gone to many people's their own live streams, and I always comment and talk and stuff. Okay. This one's just about got it. Boy, this bottom's got a really thick coat or whatever they sealed it with. This is having a hard time going on there. That's why it's always good to do your fade like this first, just to give you a foundation for all the rest of the weathering.
Oh, Brock says good morning.
Morning. We are just doing some weathering. This is what I did with Ryan last week. I'm just finishing up the 2 cars that I had left over. Okay, let that one sit upside down for a minute. A couple of these have got some broken stirrup steps missing on them, so I'll fix those. I'll make my own a little later. And be ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I've got just enough white left to do the ends. So while I'm waiting for that to dry so I can do the ends, I'm going to mix up my rust.
Brock says he's weathering 2, a 50-foot boxcar.
Ah, cool. I like 50-foot and 60-foot boxcars. All right, so as you all know, I use honey brown, burnt orange, and red spice. Those are the 3 colors I mix to get the rust color I use. And that's what we're about to do here is the rust here. Now the black is on top, so this is gonna look really orange until we get to the black. So don't think I'm not gonna get close to this. I am gonna get close to this. It's just gonna take a little bit to get there. We gotta do the next 2 coats before we hit that.
Brock says it's an old Afton Union Pacific.
Oh,
Isaac says Mr. Muffins is doing a train show, I believe, in Tipton, Indiana this October.
okay. I have no idea who that is. All right. We're gonna try to mix up enough.
Brock asks if you're using burnt umber.
Nope, I don't use burnt umber. I have burnt orange though. I do a 50-50. First 2 colors is 50-50, thereabouts. So I get that. I just get all this combined. Get that in there. Okay. I think I may have to open my other honey brown. In fact, I know I'm going to have to open my other honey brown because that honey brown is empty and I need this one open. I have to add a little extra of the lighter brown. It's just a little too orangey. Put that right there. This is all just done by eye, and once you've done enough of the colors that, like I do, the colors that I use, I know where I've got to be. That's getting there. Okay, so now I've got my base color. So now I go in with my red spice.
Brock says, "Oh, that's spicy. It's like Louisiana hot sauce."
Yep.
Yeah.
So now we just put just a little bit of that in there, the red spice.
Isaac says, "Look up Mr. Muffin's trains. They have a shop and a layout at a different building."
Oh, okay. There we go. All right, so now I'm gonna pull the cup forward that I have that I use for rust. So I gotta thin this down like I did the other.
Which colors are those now?
These are all Americana. This is burnt orange, red spice, and honey brown. I'm going to add just a touch more of the burnt orange.
And yes, those are the Walmart brand. They're the ones
No. No, that's Apple Barrel.
That's Apple.
Americana is like Michael's.
Hobby Lobby.
No, they used to. Well, they're in their area, but in our area they stopped carrying them. Your best bet's gonna be Michael's or online. I know I could buy these all day online cheap, just like you can, and usually no shipping. So, all right, I'm trying to get. What I try to do is out of this big blob of paint, I try to get about a half of the area right here, nice and thin like the ink, and you leave the rest of it a little thicker. So if I want to add some extra, I can. It's not as thin, be a little, like when you're doing rust on the steps and grab areas, I use the thicker paint. This right here is going to be what I use on the car body itself. It's still going to be just the thin ink consistency. And you'll see how well this goes in just a sec. I want to finish the end of that one. I got to put the white on it.
Brock asks if you thin it with water.
Yes, it's all thin with water. I don't use any of the stuff the paint companies make the thin paints with. All I do is the paint and the water. That's it. Okay, let's get that cleaned off so I can go back to the white real quick and finish the one end of this car, and then we can go into the rust. All right, get this out of the way because I'm ready to go with that. Let's go back. Let's see. I think it's this guy right here. Yep, it is this guy. So I'll get a little bit of white here. Yeah, I thought this was going to be a little. I should have waited, but that's all right. I'll get there. All right, so I'm just going to.
Isaac says for my non-rust weathering, I now use Maya Flat Earth, matte black for soot, desert yellow, and white.
Oh, okay.
Brock says, are y'all familiar with the grime on the front porch on CSX engines?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's some great colors now out. Apple Barrel's got a really cool grimy color. I think it's actually called grime. Or they have their one that's asphalt. And that one's really good for grime. Okay, so now I'm back. That one's finished with the white. So now we're gonna get rid of the white here completely. We're gonna get our little bowl here. Make sure I'm still in the screen well so you guys can see everything. Yeah, looks like we're good. Okay, so I'm gonna get this brush really clean. All I'm doing off camera here is I just keep wiping it off and damping it off right here to get all the excess water off and everything. So I'm only working with a little bit out of the bowl. Okay, so let's go.
Brock says, took me a while, but I got it. Ron burnt umbers and siennas.
Yeah, they're good colors. I just like I like having a little more of a custom color to it, so that's why I mix my own. And this I used to only do the burnt orange and the honey brown, but as of the past about 6 months, I've been adding the red spice in. It just gives it that extra little zip to it. Okay, here we go. Now, the way I do this is I work both ends at the same time. So here we go. It's better I just show them versus trying to describe it. So we're just going to pull this down like this.
Isaac asks, what would you think of Tamiya NATO black or for sun faded black, like on any diesels or steamers that are already painted black?
To fade the black, everything I fade, I use white to fade. So for me to fade a black, I would just get a white and I would thin it real heavily with the water, and then I would make sure that I pull off most of the white, but what I leave behind, I make sure that looks like it has faded the black down. I never like using black on black. It just doesn't work for me like that. All right, as you can see, we're starting to get the rust in. I'm gonna get a nice streak right here. I'm gonna lift that off right there.
Brock says he mixes the paints in an old pill bottle and waters it to make the consistency like skim milk.
Yep, that's about right.
Yeah.
I just call it inconsistency for me, but yeah, you want it as thin as you can get it.
Says Tamiya is great for war scenes. He's got little Germans in a Panzer tank. They used them on.
Oh, cool. All right, we're now definitely getting here. This is my lighter one, like I said, so I'm not doing a whole lot like I did on the others. This I definitely just want a lighter touch to it. There we go. That looks really good. I'm really happy with that. Maybe just a little bit more down here on this end.
Isaac says, despite it being called NATO black, it's really a dark grayish.
Yeah, that's like the asphalt gray from Apple Barrel.
Jeff says hi.
Hey, Jeff. All right, I'm pretty pleased with that. So we're gonna spin it around. I kind of got a little anxious here, not anxious, but I got a little too ahead of myself. I should have been doing the interior of the car first, but I'll get to that in a minute or two. This side I'm going to do this to this, and then this.
Jeff asks if you're doing rust colors today.
Yes, we're just weathering the entire car, but rust is one of the colors. Yes. There. That looks really good. I'm happy with that. I'm going to get this dabbed off these step areas. Like that's nice. Got some really good interplay of color going on here. Everything's coming out. Get a little more rust on the sides of the bays down here. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Let's look at the other side now. It's had time to dry. Perfect. It's about balanced with about the same on each side. Perfect.
Jeff says he's been using coffee grounds dried out.
Oh. Yeah, I've never heard of the coffee ground thing. Okay, so while those sides are drying before I can do the interior, I'm gonna go ahead and do this heavier weathered car.
And some dyes from his resin collection as well.
Oh, okay. So like before, I'm gonna just come in here and I'm just gonna, this one I'm doing right to start off with. I just forgot to do the interior of the other one. Like I said, I got ahead of myself. There we go. That's looking pretty good inside there. You can see the rust in there now. Like I said, this is gonna be the heavier one, so I'll probably do this first coat and I'll probably come back in and add a little more.
Jeff says it makes my train smell good. Kind of makes you want to have a cup of Joe.
Oh, the coffee grounds, yeah. Uh-huh. Again, like before, just make sure you go perpendicular to the bottom of it when you drag the brush up. Like I said, we've got a lot of stuff coming, so if you haven't liked and subscribed, you might want to do so, because we're picking up our first trees for the layout this tomorrow, and we're going to be doing a live stream this weekend where I'm going to plant some trees. It's going to be on that upper ledge below, on the same level as the big tall skyscrapers right above the tracks. That's where we're going to go with, start off with.
Brock says I also flick my cigarette ash into the mix and stir it as it dries. It gives an appearance of grit. Looks great. I did it to my popsicle sticks gravestones.
Oh, that might be a good idea.
Yeah. Canadian says hydration break.
Just I got the interior done here on this guy. I'll go back in. We'll do the interior on the other one because it'll be dry enough for me to handle it. All right, so now I got to get these little bays down in here, so we're just gonna come in here and just wiggle that around in there. Get stuff done, get the cross beam. That's pretty good. Okay, so now we'll come in and we'll dab that out.
Isaac asks if you've ever soldered decoders before.
No, I've never soldered decoders. I've had a few DCC engines in my time, but they were factory installed, so.
Brock says, so your order is to white the car with wash, then rust, then a dark wash?
Yes, whitewash first. I do the whitewash first, then I do rust, and then I do the black, and then I spray the final coat is Tester's dull coat, which obviously I won't be getting today because I'm going to let this dry for a few days. Okay, so there's the interior, pretty well rusted up, looks pretty good. I've got really great colors going on in there. I think I'm going to add, since this is the heavier one, I think I'm going to add just a little more on the ends. Not take hardly any of that off, just let it be a little dark down there. When we put the black in, once we do the black, you'll see it all come together. That's what I was telling Ryan on last Thursday. The black makes it. The black makes all this rust just so pop out. It's amazing what it'll do.
Jeff says, I guess Anthony, Model Train Outsider, is going live at 2 p.m. I'll be on later tonight. I have a Mustang show this afternoon. Off to wax. See ya.
Oh, that'll be good. Well, have fun. All right, so now I'm going to go to the interior on this guy.
Brock says, oh, I gotta go. Great talking again. Take care.
You too. Thanks for being here.
He says, oh, and then you dull coat it and then it's done?
Yeah. And if you want to just see how this finishes up, just fast forward. This is only going to be about maybe an hour and a half long live stream. So if you want to see how this finishes up, just fast forward past what you've seen. It'll be indexed later today and be up on the main page. So you'll be able to see how it all wraps up.
Isaac says, I will say the soldering is easier than you might think it is. I say that as I was worried I would screw up the wiring, but it helps when you read both decoders' wire diagrams, and it really is easier.
Oh yeah, I've had no problems with soldering. I just never did a board. I mean, I've soldered gobs of stuff on a layout over the years. Soldering is one of the easiest things to do. I mean, I solder my live feeds to the rail and all the stuff to the switches, and if I hardwired DC engines, I've soldered all those on the inside, and so yeah, it's not a hard thing to do. All right, so again, I'm just going
Mark
in.
says, I'll have to pick it up. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Oh, well, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully it'll help give you some ideas.
Oh. He says, I also got mail from you the other day and mentioned movie scenes to create. Did you get the feedback? Yes. Yes, we did.
On what now was this?
The post that we
Oh,
made
yeah,
some
yeah.
references.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Easter eggs?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. In fact, we started printing a bunch. We've got everything from Fifth Element printed now. All the cop cars, his taxi, all that. We've got pretty much everything from Blade Runner now done with Decker's sedan and a bunch of the spinners. So we've got a few other things we've picked up that we're going to be doing. So yes, we are definitely getting there.
Canadian says, sorry, I'd rather do electronics than weathering. Each to their own best skill, though.
Exactly.
And Brock waves goodbye.
All right. Oh, she's going to give her real ID.
Yeah. That's good.
You'll have to go move your car.
Yeah. Or should I take her? No.
No. What time is it?
11:48.
Oh, well, we'll probably be done.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe I'll just run it a little bit.
yeah. All right, so the interior of that is done. Exterior is done except for the ends and the bottom. So I think I can actually flip it over. No, I'll leave that right there. That's getting ahead of myself again. So now I'm going to do this one on the sides.
Isaac says if it's a wire for wire installation, it's easier, but I have yet to deal with one. I need to mess with resistors and splicing wires together. Yay.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Now this, remember, I said was going to be the rustier car, so that's why I did the entire side. I'll just pull a little bit off here and there. Like that, that's pretty good. That whole thing's got just rust down the side. Make sure I get a bunch on the side of the bays. Okay, that looks pretty good. That's nice and rusty. Okay, so we're gonna flip it over. Okay.
Oh, Willem sent a gold coin for 10 jewels.
Oh, thank you, Ellen.
He says, hello, how are you?
Doing good. We're just doing a little weathering today. I'm getting these other cars done to where they match. This guy right here. This one I did with Ryan last week. So now I'm wanting to finish up these other two. Yeah, that's looking good. This is just gonna be the really dark one. I'm making a really dark one here. That's gonna be really, really showing its age and wear. Okay, so this guy is pretty much done. So I think I'm gonna do the ends real quick.
Isaac sent a star for 2 jewels.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I asked for steam engines, which way do you like seeing them in scale for? Weathered or as if in service or shiny all new?
I like pretty much everything weathered, and I've been giving a lot of thought to my diesels because, it's one of those things where do you ruin, well, not ruin, but somebody you're going to limit who's going to buy it later if you ever want to sell it because some people may not want them weathered. But that's another day. It's like, just do it. If you like weathering, just do it. I've decided I'm going to weather probably pretty much almost all my engines once I get those patterns figured out, because it's different from cars. So I'm probably going to wind up doing almost everything. I just want everything to look real. The bad thing about that is okay, so you may turn off people later if you ever want to resell it, but by the same token, if it's a nicely weathered job, uh, the people that are really into having nice stuff are going to pay more for it because they necessarily don't have the ability to do it or they just like how you did it. So I'm just going to go full on weathering. So eventually you'll see most of the stuff we have on here pretty well weathered up.
Willem sent to W for 10 joules.
Oh, well, thank you.
And Isaac said, agreed.
Yeah, it's like, eventually you just, and hopefully you never have to sell them, you never want to sell them. And they're just going to stay with you and then your family deals with it. And you can just enjoy it however long you want to. And I just love weathered cars. I love graffitied cars. I love weathered cars, all of it. So most everything is going to get, like I said, I'm getting ready to get started on that entire fleet of cryogenics that I'm going to have. Every car is going to have double hand-painted graffitis on each side, along with full weathering. So it's going to look just like what you see rolling through on virtual rail. It's just how I like the stuff to look. I mean, that's how it is in real life. So
Isaac says, yeah, pretty much most of my engines I don't ever plan selling this unless I had to.
exactly. If you're going to be with them for a while, just do them the way you want to do them.
Canadian says, I just can't bear to have graffiti cars. I don't mind a little weathering, but graffiti, I just can't do it.
I understand that. There's a lot of people that do not like graffiti. I personally love it because I'm an artist to begin with. And I can appreciate what it took to do it. I know it's illegal. I know there's the whole thing about it's destroying company property and all that, but it is what it is, and I would rather have somebody out putting graffiti on something versus robbing somebody or selling drugs or whatever else. I mean, if you're looking at levels of criminality, graffiti's not that bad. So, and some of the graffiti is just spectacular. I mean, there are some real artists out there. I have a slew of pictures, reference pictures that I'm going to be using. And some of the cars, if I can find that like the classic car that I've got, and if I can find a graffiti that's really great that I love, I'm going to change the car number to match, and then I'm going to make the graffiti exactly the way it is. I've already done that on a couple of HOs. I'm looking forward to doing it on the N. The HOs came out perfect.
Willem asks if we're going to print our own signs or make our own.
Our own signs. I
like stuff around the layout or for the buildings, billboards.
Yeah, most of our signs will be custom for whatever the buildings are. Whatever we're doing, yeah, it'll all be printed off, or I'll get custom decals made. So yeah, no, we will have lots of signage around everywhere.
Aerospawn says it's still realism.
Yep.
Isaac says I'm almost done with my passenger cars, at least one of them.
Good.
Oh, Willem says like street signs and stuff.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing lots of street signs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once we name the boulevards, we'll get we'll get the green. We'll actually print them, names of the streets. Then I'll I have a laminating machine, so I'll laminate a bunch of them exactly so it has that kind of a shine to it, and then we'll mount them to the lights. All right, so we now have all of the rust done. So next step, final step of the weathering is the black. This is our really darker car. You just can't tell. I may add a little more on here just to get a little extra oomph on it.
Oh. Isaac says, I tried your idea with spray paint for decals and it worked great.
Good. Yeah, that's what I did way back in the day when I was making my own, is you have to fix it before, you have to fix it with a coat of some sort before you actually use this, the Solvaset and put it on there. I just learned that from guys who were doing it back in the day. I mean, it was just all hand-me-down knowledge. So, 'cause I was having the same issue when I was first doing it. I thought, how am I gonna? I was losing all my print. I thought, this is not right. This is not how it's supposed to look. All right, that's better. Now I'm starting to show a little bit of the darker streaks there, and the same there. Okay, that's better. That's what I want. I may even do a little more here in just a minute after that sets up, but we'll see. This one, however, is completely ready to go for the black. So I like that. I really like how dark that one is. This is going to be a really dark car. It'll be much darker than this guy is right here. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it right there like that with the rust. Both sides, yep, I think that'll be fine. This is nice and light. Okay, so we're done with the rust. So let's put it away.
Isaac says, but I hated solvent decal setting though, so I just didn't use that. I just put it on there and let it dry.
Yep. All right, rust is out of the way. Let's get where's our bowl for the black? I just thought I had some black I was working with. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. This is the black I was using when I was repainting the numbers. Because these cars, like I said, if you weren't here at the beginning, these cars were all the same number, stupid number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gee, that took a lot of imagination, didn't it? So I've changed it to where there's a 0 on each of them. So it's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. So I just didn't want to do more than that, but I probably could have made like a 4 or something at the beginning. I don't know, but I'm done with it. So now I'm back to the black. Swap out. As you can see, I've got my different cups for the different colors. So now I'm done with the rust colored water. So now we're going to the black colored water. Okay. I'm going to add a little more black to that. Black bottle. Here's the apple barrel black. A little more there because it's had time to dry, and I don't want to have any like a skim coat to it. Skim finish on top. And I'm not going to do any today, but I'll see, where's the one at? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, here it is. I did do one of the trucks. This is just Elephant Gray from Apple Barrel. Dry wash on it, just a dry brushing on it. Then I used the rust that I have, and I did a little highlights here and there, and that's ready to go back on the car. Of course, I'll dull coat it first. Okay, so not getting ahead of myself here. Well, interior is still pretty wet, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the outside. I'm going to do the sides of this. So same thing we've been doing. You got to get the black down to a consistency of ink. So we're going to do that right here. We're going to probably stop this broadcast about 20 after because Gabe's going to go off with my wife, his mom, to go run some errands. So I'll have at least one car finished up. Here, show you how we do this.
I could just let it keep going if you want.
Well, I know, but I won't be able to do the comments because I'm really having to watch what I'm doing.
Well, I could just stay here.
Oh, that's all right. Because then, if she wants to hit, so we're not doing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Go ahead and hit shopping while you're out. Okay, so
We still got
About 20 minutes.
20, 30 minutes. Something like that.
Yeah. And it's only 5 minutes over to it.
Yeah. Willem asks, will you put rocks in the cars that you're doing? Or whatever?
Yes, I will be doing ore in this. I'll show you a sample. This is one I did. This is all weathered. I did this one, I guess, about maybe 6 months ago or so. And this is the cinders, the fine cinders. It's sunk because it's dried, so all I've got to do is go back in and add a little more glue to it. Problem I did with this is I forgot to weight the car. And it's not very light, and it comes off the tracks quite a bit. So, unfortunately. All right, so here we go. We're going to start with the side here because the inside's still drying. So here it is. I'm just going to do the two ends. And just going to wet those down.
Willem says, that looks great. Hope to do that one day.
What's that? The weathering?
The weathering.
Oh, yeah.
And the Canadian says, yeah, it is a much better video with two people, somebody watching the comments.
Yeah, it is. Okay. So you can see this is my light colored one. So you can see I've just put in just a little bit. See what it did to the rust? I mean, it just made the rust pop. It's just gorgeous down the sides there. I'm leaving this area right here with the white just for some fade effects. So we don't want to forget to get the sides of the bays on the bottom. Like that. There. I like that one a lot. I may put a little bit more. I may just come out just a little bit right here. Just out just a little ways like that. And then I'll lift this out right here. There we go. Yeah, that looks much, much better. Get all those great colors working now. So I think I'm going to put a little bit of dark right back here. Took a little too much off. I want a little more right here in the middle. That's better. There we go. Okay, I'll show you what this looks like. Again, this is my light one. Here's my medium one. You can see there's a difference. This is definitely much lighter than this one is. And then the next one we're going to do is going to be really, really dark. Be just a nice selection of paint. So I'm going to flip this around. Still wet on the inside, so I can't do a whole lot in there right now. Right here. This is a leap of faith, like I've said before on some of the stuff we've done. You just have to know what the paint's going to do. And I've done enough of these where I know what's going to happen. So I know I just got to get it on there. You just have to trust, like I said before, just trust in the process on it. And it'll get you there. Look at how that's coming out. It looked terrible to start off with. Then you go in, you start cleaning things up. There you go. That looks really nice. I love that model color. I'm going to clean this one little area off right here. Feather that back just a little bit. There we go. Oh, better, much better. All right, get the Sides of the bays. There we go. Give us some nice dark areas down there, fantastic streaks. Everything is perfect on that. Yep. My white's coming through right here, giving a nice fade area, right there. Black's taken over. I think I'm gonna put a little more right here. And the way you do that is you just use a feather touch with the brush. You just barely drag anything off. Yeah, okay. All right, so let's set that here. Interior on this one's still wet. Interior on this one is still wet too, but the exterior is ready to go. Okay, now this is the darkest one. So I'm going to definitely do a lot of black on the sides on this. This will probably sit between the other two when I have them all hooked up in a consist. You get your two lighter ones on either end, your medium and your light one on the ends, and the dark one in the middle. You got to think about those kind of things as far as visually appealing as well. All right, here we go. So this, now the way you make this just go a little darker is you leave the black on a little longer. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Let's let that sit for a sec. You can see it's already streaking down and pooling down the bottom of the car. I'll just work that back up that way a little ways. Okay, now we're just going to go nice and light. I'm not doing really any streaks or anything on this. All I'm doing is just taking that top layer of wet black off. Like that. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Okay, I know I want more on the ends. So that's really starting to come out well. I'm doing a little force dry here. Yeah, that's really starting to take shape. So now I'm going to get a little bit of the thicker black. This is where it's good keeping some original black that's not thinned in there. I want to put start like that.
Oh, Fresno Jason says hello.
Hello. This is really starting to get grimy now. Perfect. This is exactly how I wanted to set that one up.
MBTA says the Milwaukee Road.
Yep. Getting the bays down below again.
Says great weathering.
Thank you. All right, so now I'm going to show you difference here, how we're starting to set this up. Let me get a hold of this. And you see this is definitely a much darker and weathered car. And I've still got more to do on this. This one's pretty much done. I just got to do, nope, the other side's done on that too. Oh, very good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I have paint everywhere. Oh, no. I want to handle any cars with paint on my fingers. That would be disastrous.
James says, hi Northern Light, this is my first stream here. It looks good, the weathering.
Oh, well, thank you. Welcome. We just had a little time to kill today, so thought we'd do a little bit of. I had a set of cars, these Milwaukee cars that I've been wanting to get to, so we just thought we'd get to them today. This is the one that we've been working on today, so you can see the exterior here. This is the lighter one. This is the one I did the other day. It's finished. And now we're working on this really dark one here. I'm still going to do some more on this side. I really want this black. I want to get it pretty mucked up.
Fresno says, I'm taking a break from video making, love weathering, and it's one of the many tasks pending still.
Yeah. It seems weathering is a task that just always is pending. I mean, you can spend your lifetime you're making your whole world with your layout, and you want it to look real.
James and MBTA say they both just subscribed.
Oh, well, thank you. I was about to suggest that if you wanted to see how this stuff comes out. We're buying some trees this weekend. Oh, you know what you should do while I'm letting this dry?
Huh.
You should take a quick pan for these that haven't been with us before.
True.
Show the layout.
True.
He'll show you the layout here. You'll see why we're going for this full-on weathering and everything. We're building a big monster city up here. And then you can just zoom back down when you get done. You describe what you're showing, because I'm not going to be able to see it.
Yeah. So here's the Gemini Conference Center here. There is how many stories is our parking garage?
11.
11. That's some of our elevated track. That's the older version of it. We're going to be replacing, I'll show you here. This is the Titan skyscraper. The one to the left of it is still unnamed. We're trying to come up with a better name. It was called Mako before. One of the sections down below here, it has another stair step going up, but it fell over and cracked as we were painting it. The wind just blew it over. So we reprinted it, and that'll be coming back good as new here sometime in the future.
What's the next week?
This is the Artemis Complex. 4 towers here. That blue that you see is oxidized copper. We're going to have some copper accents and some different levels of fading and oxidization all over those trim and the color. Really like the color of that. Here is the Alexandria, named after the lighthouse. We even have the round maintenance HVAC portion up there.
Like the Los Angeles Tower, Los Angeles Downtown Tower.
Yeah, so that looks like the lighthouse topper. The lantern room. Got an L shape back there. Back behind there's some loading docks. This is our first station that we did, more of a Victorian style. Again, oxidized copper roof. Really great color on the bricks and the trim. And the cream from the
dry brushing and really heavy wet brushing to get down in the cracks for the bricks. And then dry brushing on the surface.
And all of these buildings, the base is 3D printed.
Well, all the buildings.
All the buildings are 3D printed. Most of the stuff for this.
And don't forget to show this new station too.
Yeah, I'm just working over here. This is Cerberus. There will be another 2 towers somewhere on it. We're not quite sure what we're going to do with it yet. Gonna sketch things out. Yeah. Here is the elevated track. Here's a curve that comes around. This will run all the way back there behind the skyscrapers. Loop around here. Follow all the way around. There's the other station I'll show you in just a second. Connect back up here and loop around. There'll be 2 tracks on either side of each level, so we'll have 4 lines in total
On the elevator.
on the elevated.
And 3 on this lower. 3 here.
Yeah, there are 3 main lines here.
There's 7 main lines total.
So then, here is our Skid Row area. Got some, this is the older part of town. Got some older buildings. Here's some apartment towers here, fire escapes. That down there will be a pool. We'll have somebody floating face down. He jumped off the roof.
They were doing diving.
Diving.
contests.
So yeah, he didn't land too well there.
We're gonna have people standing by the next to the pool holding up cards with numbers on them for the quality of this dive.
Shit.
You just knocked the whole thing off. Huh?
No, it didn't knock off, but
Gotta watch those.
rotated.
Sorry for the language, everybody.
Pardon me.
I'm trying to get them to break that habit.
Yeah. Let's see. Here is a meth lab that exploded. Up here. It's a shame I can't get a good angle on it from
That's
here.
all right.
But you can see the windows have been boarded up. Can't get them around. But over here is the back side. You can see the gas meters, electric meters, and stuff. And then this one, obviously, the one on the right, obviously goes to this one, because all the windows got exploded. And those are some smaller retail. Up above will be apartments.
The retail will be boarded up.
Yeah, because nobody's there. And then over here is our news station that we just finished.
Yep. All right, so let's wrap up down here because I'm gonna let this stuff dry. It's just the interior.
Yeah. How's
All
it?
right.
How's it looking?
So here is.
Hang on.
Okay.
There we go.
Here is the lighter one. It's actually turned out to be kind of a little darker than the one so this is not going to be the lighter one. This will be a little darker. Interior is almost done. Just got to get a little more in there. This side came out really good. I'm happy with that. I'm going to put a little more black streaking in here. I've got to do the other side, but you can see how this is going to look. Let's go those together like that. You can see the differences in the weathering. So we'll finish all this up in the next, probably the next couple hours, and then we'll do a quick little video of it. We'll have a short video up of it. Did you knock the cars over and everything?
Nope.
Okay. Yes, you did. I can see one on the ground right there. Gotta watch what you're doing.
Yep. Trying to get this set back.
All right. So, like I said, I've got to tap the holes underneath for the trucks. Here's the trucks.
MTB or MBTA says, "Wow and nice."
Well, thank you. We've had tons of videos on this. Usually we're running, but today we were just doing this. Sunday we're going to do some running, and I'll come back and I'll show these cars finished. Plus, we'll have the trees, so we may be doing some work over where the green space is going to be, in front of the towers above the lower rails. So that we're probably going to do on Sunday. So, like I said, if you've liked it, and you want to keep up with us, like and subscribe, and then we're probably going to do about 2 or 3 live streams next week. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to lie that one down so you can kind of just see how the progression is.
Looks nice.
Yeah, I think that's going to be just fine. I don't want to leave them like that for too long because I got black paint flowing around inside there.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. So we'll see you, I'm going to guess probably Sunday. Maybe Saturday. We'll see. It depends on getting these things finished up. I got a few things up here I want to do to get done and be able to show you. Especially like, we've got all these things coming, these Easter eggs.
Hang on.
What?
There we go. I want to zoom out.
Okay. All these Easter eggs coming where we've got, we've started to print this, the Spaceballs Winnebago. We've got the little spinners from Blade Runner, the police cars. In on the print bed, right now we have from Fifth Element, we've got the police cars and his taxi. And we've also got from Blade Runner, Deckard's
Sedan.
So we'll show you all those things on Sunday that we have. I'll probably even have most of them filed. And let's put it back up over here.
Yep.
I have everything pretty well filed Oh, you really did do a job, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
We'll get it.
hang on a second, honey. So we'll be there. Did you break it? You did.
I did?
Yep,
Which one? That one?
that one. Yeah. Okay, so we'll see you guys on Sunday, and we'll have all those new cars, the space vehicles and stuff. Those are gonna be Easter eggs all around the layout. So we hope we see you guys then, and hope you enjoyed the weathering tutorial. If you missed the first part of it and want to go back, this will be indexed here pretty quick, and you'll be able to see it. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have. Is this Friday? No, it's
Yeah.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, have a good rest of the day. So take care, everyone.
Fresno says thanks for the stream and everyone have a great day.
Yeah.